So we all know that Jon Jones is the greatest light heavyweight of all time. But today on Twitter, with everything that we know about Jon Jones, he has vacated the light heavyweight title. ¿Qué? What? Huh? Like, are you serious right now? Raul, I know you've been on Twitter all day looking up for answers. What have you found? What can you tell me? And welcome back again, bro.
Yes, thank you. Well, yeah, I mean, nothing official from the UFC, but it seems like it's pretty legit. He went out and confirmed it. It's officially vacated. It's up for grabs. And it's not for any bad reasons. He did do a follow-up tweet stating how they've had positive conversations and that they're in the process of negotiating his next bout being at heavyweight.
That's it. So that's all we know. He's negotiating to be in from light heavyweight to heavyweight. And we have the entrance of Rumble Johnson, who said, screw it. This show has just gotten better because I am coming back into the light heavyweight. And bro, that is some exciting stuff. The heavyweight division right now is on fire. It went from like something that was really good to amazing. What happened with Ngannou? By the way, before you say anything, Raul, I got to say one thing. Ngannou has deserved a title shot in my eyes for well over a year at this point. I mean, what else does this guy have to do? I mean, it's like a comedy at this point. It's a freaking comedy. This guy has run over and killed everyone. Roll the reels. Roll the reels. You'll see what I mean. Do I prove my point?
If there's ever been a contender who deserves it, it's this guy. But, we have good news on that front as well. Dana White did state in the post-press conference of the last card that it's definitely him who deserves it next, that he's done everything he's been asked for. So unless some crazy super fight and some big paycheck opens up Dana's eyes and all he sees is green, it should be Ngannou for sure. And a lot of people actually want it for the end of the year, for the last card of the year, that New Year's Eve card. Yeah, no, I felt something magical on the last card. And at first I thought it was, okay, it's a retirement fight, everyone knows, and DZ's out. But now I'm starting to see what it was. And it's just that I feel like it's going to be a really, really risky prediction, but we'll see if it comes to fruition. But I think within the next year and a half to a year, I think the heavyweight division is about to become the biggest division in the UFC.
All right. So you're saying that the heavyweight division now has just gotten lit. Like, it's going to be the most talked about division in UFC for at least the next year with all the matchups that are available.
Without a doubt. I mean, I said it in our last episode. There was something brewing that night. And now I don't see, for a while, the heavyweight division it was really hard to come upon a fight that you wanted to see. It would take maybe 5 or 3, and then one of those would be like, okay, it was 2 guys. I want to see those fights. But now we're talking about a division with the top 6, 7 guys. Any of those fights could be exciting. And you got a race for the championship against one of the best fighters, the current pound for pound, in Jones being thrown into the mix with people like Ngannou, Stipe, Blades. I mean, you can just drop all these names all day, and it's every fight. You can give me any of those fights, and I'm good to go. Let's do it.
That's true. That's so freaking true, man. I feel like you say, all right, and roll the dice, and who we got? Yes! Fuck yes! Party at Raul's house, for damn sure. Yeah, man. So I definitely feel you on that, and I feel like now more than ever, if you're Miocic, you're kind of going, like the meme of the little monkey that looks to the side, and he's like, Jones joining your division, it's like, oh, I don't know, Rick. I guess I got to fight the best of the best.
They're definitely going to have to. I mean, I wouldn't say so much about they're too worried, but definitely it's going to open up some eyes in the division to like, okay, we got Jones coming in. But can I make another crazy prediction?
Please. I mean, I'm dying to hear it.
I feel like if he has 3 fights, if Jones has 3 fights in the heavyweight division, he's going to receive his first loss within one of those first 3.
You're saying he takes an L in one of the 3 fights that he...
At least. I got to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's a talented fighter. I don't think he's going to go in there and just get pushed around. But I don't I don't see him going as easy as you think it's going to go. No, nothing's been negotiated, especially now with him moving to another weight division.
Okay.
It's going to be probably a whole brand new negotiation.
Right. So you're saying that if there's 3 fights, then we will see a loss of Jones.
Essentially, what I'm trying to say is I think he's going to receive his first L in the heavyweight division, and it's going to be sooner than we think.
Okay. If Ngannou, Miocic, and if those, actually, you know what? Black Beast, Miocic, and Ngannou. If those are John Jones' next 3 opponents, and he loses one fight, which one do you think he loses to?
Ngannou.
I'm telling you,
I think so. Yeah, side by side, Stipe and him aren't really that much different in body type. Stipe's not really a huge heavyweight; he's just a tall guy, but he's gotten very lean. I think he weighed in at 230-ish on his last fight. Jones easily can get to 225, so they're not really that big of a difference. So
yeah.
So I think Jones' speed, I think his IQ can get the better of Stipe, especially Stipe being just slightly older now at this point. But Ngannou's a beast, dude. I mean, I think Jones just doesn't know what being a heavyweight means. I think he's going in there with like, yeah, I'm talented. I'm a pretty big guy. Sure, but now you're going up against guys who are used to being this big, this heavy, this powerful. And let me tell you something. Jones does have a decent chin, and we've seen that. But we have seen it also be tested. So what's going to happen when you got a heavyweight come at you with a nasty right hook? Yeah. Is he going to be able to keep up with that? And he's always relied on his stand-up. Never really been tested too much on the ground. When now you got heavyweights who are going to pretty much, pile through you. You'll have the fence trapped behind you, and it's going to require all the strength you got to have one of these big guys take you down and hold you down.
That's what makes us really exciting, is that we get to see John Jones at heavyweight, which we've been dreaming about for years. He's been talking about it for years. It's finally here, at least on paper, at least from Twitter. That's official. That's official, guys. But at least on Twitter, it's something that has been confirmed by the champion himself. He says, hey, I'm vacating. Super exciting. In my opinion, real quick side note, kind of shady. You got Reyes still that is up for grabs. I mean, a lot of people would like to see a Reyes rematch, and a lot of people are going to be talking so much smack because John Jones struggled big time against Reyes and walked away with a very close decision, almost to the point where I think he lost that fight, John Jones. I think on paper, John Jones lost that fight. And I think he's kind of running. I mean, this is a great opportunity. It's like, okay, Reyes fight's not going to get me as much money. What's going to make the banger paycheck? Of course, at the heavyweight division, that's going to be more of a draw, at least I think. What do you think on that?
Well, yeah, going back to what you said about him potentially running, that's definitely the big next question. Why? And I know he's talked about going into heavyweight for a while, but why all of a sudden it's happening? And I don't think there's actually one exact answer. I think there's many factors. I think number one, you could say he feels like he's good light heavy wise. He's done everything he's had to do in that division. He's taken everybody out. I mean, sure, should he give a rematch to his last opponent? You would think you should. Dominic Reyes got blanked out. You would think he should, but then again, he beat him. Doesn't have to. Then there's the factor of money. Yes, he was having a hard time negotiating with the UFC in terms of light heavyweight matches. Money's going to be bigger in heavyweight. That's another factor. Then you have the other factor of he can just be really petty and want to make DC look that much worse and do what he couldn't do.
That's a good point.
There's a lot. No one's really ever going to really know. All I know is that I think it's the best move. I think the light heavyweight division has been stagnant because he hasn't been defending. He's had his past issues with the drug stuff and everything. Maybe there's a fresh start in a new division where he's going to have to stay healthy. He's going to have to really keep his training really high because he's going to want to keep that muscle mass for these heavyweight bouts. And it's just going to rejuvenate everything. Not only is he rejuvenating the heavyweight division himself by joining, but the light heavyweight is now opened up to a new era. That's it. The old king is gone. Who's new? Who's going to step up and take the throne? And that's going to be really interesting to see because I don't think it's going to be one guy for that long. I think there's going to be a lot of champions coming in and out of light heavyweight for a while.
Being that it is the Wild Wild West, I mean, you're going to see this. You're going to see a lot of big names come in and out, and I hope that we get to see one stay. If Miocic wins, and Miocic has 3 title defenses in a row, UFC record for the heavyweight, he's got 4 total title defenses. So that tells us that this guy is here to stay. At least he's trying to stay, and he's definitely got the repertoire to do it. He's definitely got the resume as well with the names he's taken out. So all in all, I think that right now, this is like a big drama Act 2 coming into play, and then Act 3 you got Rumble Johnson. Super exciting. I want to see how this meshes out. It's like a big fuckery pie coming down the UFC pipe, and I cannot wait. Raul, I really appreciate you joining me on this quickie, for lack of a better word. We hope that you guys subscribe, enjoyed the video, and let us know what you'd like to see us cover next that is in the news, because we're doing whatever's hot. Hot.
Yep.
All right. Before I go, though, you need to give me the 1-2.
Punch?
Yeah, the 1-2 punch, man.
All right. See you next time.